So how many of you think that's a good idea, drinking treated sewage? Okay. How many of you think that you are not drinking treated sewage water right now? Good, because you all are. On the Colorado River, where we get 30 or 40% of our water, there are 225 municipal sewage discharge outlets on the Colorado River before it gets to San Diego. It's already been in and out of toilets 225 times before we get it. In fact, the city of Las Vegas gets all their water from Lake Mead and discharges all of their treated sewage into Lake Mead. Yeah?
Can you guys extract from the water through those sewage plants, like antibiotics, other prescription drugs?
Yeah.
Estrogen and birth control pills is a big one.
Yeah, someone was talking about that at a workshop I was at, and he said, now he was an industry guy, it was the Orange County. Orange County has a IPR system where they're injecting the treated water into the aquifer. And he said that the reverse osmosis, between the reverse osmosis and the microfiltration, on a molecular level, none of that stuff gets in, he says. And he seemed pretty convincing. Yes?
What effects of foreign objects, I guess, like if tampons or there's substances in the toilet and down the disposal, like foods that have to be processed through, does that take a lot more to process and it affects the water than if a lot of those weren't being put down the toilet?
Well, as I said, we're being told that the IPR system, the tertiary treatment system, really does remove all of these things that we're concerned about. That said, trust and authority will get you killed. Bruce Springsteen. So, something we really need to look at as environmental engineers. There's our business association. Some of you are engineers. It's something we really need to look at because we're probably accumulating toxins in our systems just from the air we breathe. And the other thing, of course, is bottled water. There's a new movie out called Flow, For the Love of Water. Some of you may have seen it. There's less than one person in the United States government who has a responsibility for regulating the entire bottled water industry. But in fact, Walmart and another company are being sued right now because the contaminants in their bottled water is like an order of magnitude higher than tap water. It's not regulated. So in a lot of ways, our tap water is much safer because you've got whole water departments looking out for it. And IPR is similar. It's not only treated in that plant, but then it goes through the biological treatment in the ground. So, did I see another?
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you, they have that reverse osmosis going on, but then from there, through my tap, there's tons of metal and piping that is probably not very clean, right?
Well, you've got lead in your pipe, you've got polyvinyl chloride, polybutylene,
After reverse osmosis is clean, but that comes out of my tap, is it still?
What's that? After
the reverse osmosis, it's clean to drink. But after it comes out of my tap, is it still clean to drink?
Well, it's actually, you take your chances, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I can't answer the question. I don't know.
It depends on.
They actually say the water that comes out of these tertiary treatment facilities is so clean, they have to put minerals back in it to drink it if they want to put it into a bottle or something.
I'd say it's clean, but get a filter.
Yeah, get a filter.
Okay.
And make sure your will is up. Okay, the next, I want to move along real quick because we have another guest. Ocean desalination, we're recommending not at this time. Ocean desal, there's a company called Poseidon, not the Poseidon Ventures, but the Poseidon Corporation, is proposing and has received permission from the Coastal Commission to build a desalination plant right there in Sanitas. This is Agua Genio Lagoon, Stinky Lagoon. That's where the plant would go. This is the existing power generation plant. In addition, we don't support it because, again, we can meet our needs through conservation. We don't need it yet. There may come a time when we need it, and it's certainly being used in places around the world. We just don't need it. We should be looking at conservation and other measures. It's very expensive, high carbon footprint, and would result in a lot of kill in the ocean from the plankton and the fish and so forth that would get sucked in through the intakes. Water conservation scorecard. We need to really hold the 24 independent municipal water agencies in the county under the Water Authority. We need to hold them accountable for complying with best practices for water conservation. In other words, establishing ordinances within their for their ratepayers so that they don't waste water with their hoses in their gardens and stuff. San Diego County Water Authority, we feel, should maintain a scorecard that's public that we can view online so that as ratepayers we can see how our neighbors in Rancho Santa Fe and Sweetwater and Helix and so forth are all doing. Same thing with the urban water management plans, which are supposed to be updated every 5 years according to state law, and to show me the water laws which require cities to get to guarantee that they have a source of water for new construction. We need to make sure that that's really happening and is being done in the true spirit of the law. And again, the County Water Authority needs to show us that that's the case with the 24 agencies. And then we, as individuals and organizations like UCANN, need to be able to review that data and decide for ourselves if our water agencies are doing the right job. Right now, you can't find that information. It's very difficult. Water transfers. That's a controversial subject because all the water we get in San Diego is transferred from somewhere else. Right now, the Metropolitan Water District, which is the wholesaler that we get our water from in LA, and then the San Diego County Water Authority, which is the retailer that purchases that water and then resells it to us. They are the ones that can negotiate the transfers. The individual member agencies, the 24 member agencies, are not allowed to under the rules. And there's some good reasons for that. I mean, if County Water Authority says you have to conserve water and we're going to charge you more for the water we're selling you, then you don't want the member agency, like the Helix Irrigation District, to go and buy their water somewhere else and rob Peter to pay Paul. So it has to be regulated, but we think that competition is a good thing, and we should promote it. We're not in this alone. The water shortage is a worldwide issue. We should be thinking globally. There are a lot of, notably, there's the Millennium Development Goals, which have to do with the impoverished nations and the underserved nations, and the related ICLEI, the International Council for Local Environmental Initiatives program. These are things that the cities and the water districts in San Diego County really should be involved with. In fact, the city of Chula Vista, which I mentioned earlier, is a member of ICLEI and used a lot of those principles to develop their green building ordinance. And it's something that we really need to look at. Stage 2 water alerts. Mayor Sanders in San Diego just a month or two ago declared a Stage 1 emergency. Stage 1, I forget what it's called, it's emergency. Is it a Stage 1 emergency?
Voluntary.
Stage 1 voluntary.
Alert. It's an alert.
Stage 1 alert. No, Stage 2 is alert. Whatever, there's a Stage 1, which is basically saying, yeah, we have a water problem, but we would like you to please comply, and we're not going to punish you if you don't. Don't wash your car, don't water your lawn during the day, and stuff like that. Took a long time for the mayor to do that, but it's still not mandatory. What we're saying is, make the Stage 1 conditions mandatory by calling it a Stage 2. Then it says the same things that we're currently being asked to do on a voluntary basis will become mandatory, and we will be fined or penalized if we water our lawn on the wrong day or during the day, or we water our car in the driveway when we don't use a hose nozzle and things like that. And we need to implement Stage 2 principles and protocols continuously year-round. And none of this, we're in a drought, we're out of the drought, we're in a drought, we're out of the drought. Oh good, the drought's over, we're saved, Oh, now we're back in another drought. We just need to stay in a drought and keep that thinking. Because it's the mind, it's the sort of the body politic, the collective consciousness of our community that's going to see us through this. So that's my little presentation. I'd love to hear what you all think. You might want to jot some of this down, especially the website. UCANN.org/water is where you'll find our paper. It's an 80-page paper. It also includes a lot of information about what other countries and cities around the world are doing, policy-wise and technology-wise. Some really innovative technologies are being used. And that's all documented in that paper. See, I think I have something else. Yes. Jump in.